Sup guys, it's Alex, and I've got a cool but disappointing one for you today. This is the T-Mobile version of the LG Q7 Plus. This phone was just released in the US last week, and on paper it shapes up to be one of the best budget smartphones probably ever made. It has a 5.5-inch FHD Plus display, the new Snapdragon 450, 3 gigs of RAM, Android 8.1, a 3000 mAh battery, 64 gigs of internal memory, SD card storage up to 256 gigs, a 16 megapixel camera on the back above a fingerprint scanner, an 8 megapixel camera on the front, the same quad hi-fi DAC that's in the LG V20, USB-C for charging, 600 megahertz support, and above all, it's IP68 water and dust resistant. You get all this in as little as $370 package, including T-Mobile's upgrade fee. So why is this disappointing in any way? The fingerprint scanner is a bit slow, but almost everything else is great for the price, especially the DAC. But honestly, LG has done it again, and the thing that turns me off to this device is the display. The display looks okay when you're not doing anything on it, but when you pull down the notification shade or do anything that involves transparency, it does this weird punch effect to everything in the background. I'm sure this is LG's clear vision or whatever, but there's no way to disable it, and it's annoying me. It feels like the display is dropping the resolution to keep up with the processor the same way a game with resolution scaling would do. It also has trouble drawing in the top corners of the phone on white backgrounds. Even for a budget phone, I really think this is unacceptable when compared to the great 1080p displays on the Nokia 6.1 and Moto G6 that are both significantly cheaper than this phone. The service on this phone is good, about my average in day-to-day areas, but still struggled in my office, but most phones do, so that's no surprise. The earpiece is okay, not the loudest I've heard, but will get the job done. People on the other line said I sounded clear, and this phone does support T-Mobile's VO LTE and Wi-Fi calling for added call stability. The camera on the Q7 Plus is fine. I mean, you get what you pay for with smartphone cameras these days. This is a single lens shooter and the pictures are okay in decent light, but don't really hold up in the dark. The flash is super bright though, so I'm sure if you hacked a Google Camera app on here, it would make it a lot better just because of the post-processing. For a single lens, it does have decent natural bokeh though, for those close-up shots of daisies I know you all take. The real selling feature of this phone is the DAC. I tested some higher quality FLAC files, and my god, this thing is significantly louder than the 6.1 or Moto G6 by probably 35% at least. There are optimizations and EQ settings you can mess with, but just at flat sound, it still produces punchy bass, crisp highs, and even mids at huge and clear volume. The phone is almost worth picking up just to be an iPod in your car or live in your home stereo. In the climate of nobody wanting headphone jacks on their phones for whatever reason, LG doesn't disappoint here. You won't want to listen to anything off the single downward firing mono speaker though, because it sounds terrible. As a speakerphone, it gets loud enough, but you're going to want to use that DAC or at least Bluetooth if you really want to enjoy something. LG's software on here is fine. I mean, it's what you expect for a budget phone, but with only 3 gigs of RAM, you start stacking customizations like Nova Launcher, icon packs, and widgets. You may experience some slow app loading times, as larger ones will be killed out of the background. Overall, it's tough for me to recommend this phone to someone who values a good display, but if you're not picky like me and can look past this issue, this is a great phone for a great price on one of, if not the best US network right now. It packs great mid-range specs, awesome plugged-in sound, and peace of mind with the IP68 rating. The LG Q7 Plus is available now in T-Mobile US stores for the starting price of $350. Go check it out if you're interested, and thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.